What is up, guys? It's LCH here. Today I'm gonna be reacting to the Mouse PI. I'm very excited. I'm so excited about this game. I am a big fan of Cuphead, and I am a big fan of antique things like my family, and I've always loved the retro stuff like the Looney Tunes and all of those things. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. All right, let's do this.
You'll still have common days.
Come on.
But this is not one of them. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
Here we go.
Imagine being able to
First
build
reaction
anything
video too.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
Yeah, let's see it, baby. Let's go. Boom! Got hit him with the kick.
Our
He
studio
shredded
combines
him.
two works.
Holy
We
shit.
combine game dev with animation.
We wanted to make a game that looks like the cartoons that your grandparents probably
Oh my
watched
God,
when
look
they
at
were
that,
kids.
look at that.
Looks like the cartoons that your
Look at that. It looked like the owl that I'm a singer and I'm a doer and a brewer and a singer. That owl reminds me of that one. And oh my God, these are so good. The crocodile, the fishes, the birds. Oh man, the plants, and that one looks like that mushroom right there. It looks like Mario, bruh. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And there's a submarine. Wait, so we're gonna go underwater? That's nutty, man. If that
grandparents
happens.
probably watched when they were kids.
And the rest is history.
Not a submarine. The scuba gear. It's kind of like a Bioshock thing going on.
Mouse play for her, for me, is
Great.
Sneak.
They won't even know what hit them.
Surprising.
My hero.
Wacky, extraordinary.
So there is blood in this game.
More
I
than
didn't
just
really
an old-school
notice.
shooter.
It's a game like I've never
I must be
played
slow.
before.
Are you ready for a sneak peek of what we are cooking here?
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
My name is Maciej Krzemień. I'm the lead producer at Fumi Games.
Nice to meet you.
Mouse PI for Hire is an FPS game, but in a very unusual setting of a cartoon. It's in 3D environment, but what's really unique is
Very
that
Mickey Mouse there,
everything
bruh.
you see, characters, weapons, it's drawn by hand, frame by frame. Everything you see in the game is handcrafted.
Jesus
So at the beginning,
Christ.
we specialized
You imagine like drawing like frame by frame? Like, can you imagine that? You literally have to have like so many pages of just going like just in the motion. Like that's insane. Yo, I heard that the people that were making Cuphead, for them to make it, they had to sell their house or something. Insane, absolutely insane. But the work ethic, man, the work ethic of this game, it looks like it's gonna be pretty big. So I am anticipating it fully, like even more so from them.
in short film animations. But I always think that people should have the possibility
worked on
and
this?
space to be creative. So when Michał Rostek, our art director, came to me with this great idea, I knew he was onto something.
By the way, I'm
Hi,
testing the
I'm-
mic with the TV, with my TV on at the same time. Hope you guys, for anyone that's watching, don't mind. It's kind of like my first reaction video, so yeah, seeing how this goes.
Michał Rostek. I'm the art director and lead animator. For me, this game is a great opportunity to spread with the world my passion about the rubber hose animation.
So that's
It
what
is
it's called,
like
rubber
part
hose.
of pop culture that resonates with people all around the world.
My name is Mateusz, and I'm a lead narrative designer at Fumi Games. What excites me the most about the story of Mouse is just this sheer comedy of it, despite tackling subjects that are quite serious.
Spring.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouseburg.
I'm Łukasz Błaszczyk. I'm the lead game designer for Mouse PI for Hire. What I hope that fans will learn from this video is that it isn't just another copy-paste of a boomer shooter. You're gonna meet NPCs,
Boomer
you're
shooter?
gonna learn
More
the
like-
world, you're gonna find a deep, engaging story. We've designed the
Like
game
Alpha
around
Shooter.
you having fun.
Our main goal with Mouse is that every frame of the game should look like old cartoon film from the 1930s.
Look at that. It's like
Clue, a lead. What more could a mouse detective want?
So
It's like
every
Warner
element
Brother
of the
cartoons
UI
back
or the
then.
weapons, enemies, everything is animated by hand.
One of the biggest challenges that we have to overcome is to make sure that
Oh,
every
Half-Life
frame of the
platforming there.
animation will be as close as possible to 1930s rubber hose style. Rubber hose animation is the style of animation developed in the United States in 1920s, 1930s, and the things that could be the representative of this art style is the bounce stick
you
animation.
see, it's the
Everything bends,
Velocity.
everything stretches and squeezes.
The frames.
It gives us all kinds of different things that, for example, our characters can do with their hands or legs. We're not limited by a realistic art style.
So when we consider
That
2D
looks-
characters running around the 3D
That looks
environment,
pretty
that presents
damn
a challenge
realistic,
for-
I'ma
for
tell you.
designers.
So unlike the 3D characters
I know.
that we can make the one model of the characters and turn him around, we need to make 6 different positions, 6 different angles for each of the characters. So front, front left, side, back side, and back. So when we are
Jesus
going through the 3D
Christ.
environment, we can see the character who is flat and turn him
So
around.
great,
and
though,
the
man.
final result of this is a lot of drawings to do.
With 2D, every single change I as a designer make to the game balance, that causes a avalanche of changes for the game itself.
I have a question for you. Which one is the real me? Is it me? Or is it me?
Get out!
Alright, yeah, I'm the real.
okay.
If I speed up a character,
Okay,
they
that's
have
it.
to redo animations. The art team loves me. One of the biggest challenges with Mouse PI for Hire was the black and white
You could do
aesthetic,
better.
because usually you will use specific tricks to guide the players through certain locations. You have the
You could do better with the
well-known
black and
yellow
white.
paint that shows you where to use what. And we don't have that.
Too much
because we have
yellow.
a completely
You gotta put
black and white
white.
game, so you have to guide players through light. We will often use, because we have a completely black and white game, so you have to guide players through light. We will often use typical black and white on objects that can be moved, will be interactable, while maintaining grayscale and no outlines on objects that you can't interact with.
We want to put a life to the world through the animation elements. So on every level there will be something
God, it's gonna be
extraordinary
like
and unique
Doom,
to
but
see
classic,
and
bro.
to
I'm so
experience.
ready.
The world of Mouse PI for Hire is a sprawling world that we were working hard on making as believable as it can be in a rubber hose style. And as such, it's a little bit comedic and is a little bit serious when it needs to be. And the city that the game takes place in is called Mouseburg. It has its own unique flavor. It's a cheesy flavor, you might say.
Call me a cheesehead, but that elevator wasn't here before.
Most of the society in Mouseburg consists of mice, but there are also shrews and rats as well. But with a society this diverse, it sometimes creates some friction. And our protagonist, Jack, is put in the middle of those situations where the friction occurs, and it's up to us to solve those problems. in
Exactly.
many
It's gonna be
different
like very detective.
Crooks
I got you.
beware! Detective Pepper's in the house.
So Jack Pepper, as the title says, he's a private investigator. He's a war veteran and he has his own scars. He has his way of extracting information, and it's not always as graceful as you might expect.
Oh, what was that for?
Standard procedure. Little sucker punch before questioning never killed anyone.
So, as a private investigator, Jack is approached by his
messed up,
clients.
bro.
And he is tasked with solving 3 different cases. Each of those cases serves a different purpose and adheres to a different trope in general noir theme.
Basically, the cases are starting points for each separate storyline that we have. Along the way, on the levels, we find some clues. Sometimes these are notes, sometimes these are physical items.
Seems I'm not the only party here.
And once we get back to Jack's
You know what
office,
would be great
we
if they
approach
actually put like a
Thornburg.
And whenever
detective
there is
agency.
even a feeble connection between those evidences, you just link
Like
them with the
actual,
red
like,
line, which in our
detective
case is a gray
gateway.
line.
Not like LA Noire.
There's a chance that it will open
That'd
up
be
a
so
way
sick.
to move the case forward, to open up next level, or open up the conversations with an NPC in the hub zone.
The hub is our home, where you start the case, where you end every case.
There are three main areas in the hub. Jack's office, a pub called Little Big that is run by John Brown, Jack's friend. And there's Tammy's workshop, when you can upgrade your weapons and just talk to her whenever your heart's desire.
What's up, Jack?
When you visit the Little Big pub, you can encounter three different NPCs. Each of them serves as a handler for a different minigame, one of which is a collectible
Oh,
baseball
look
card
at
game.
that!
You can collect cards throughout the whole world.
That
Almost
chiquito,
every
look how
single
small
level
it
has at
is.
least one hidden somewhere. And based on that, you can build your own deck of cards.
In our minigames,
Oh my
you can
God,
sometimes
bro,
win
the
hints,
baseball.
additional clues, or parts for some upgrades.
So whenever you're stuck with your current case, there's always someone to talk to in the hub.
I'm Igor.
Igor, not Igor.
And as soon as you have your next steps figured out, then you can go just find your car. And as soon as you
Igor.
interact with it, you're being transported into
They-
overworld map, through which you can
From
traverse with a
Frankenstein
little,
thing.
nicely painted car and arrive at the specific destination that the case urges you to go to.
Mouse PR for Hire has more than 10 biomes. Every single biome has somewhere between 1 to 4 levels in it.
Since the story is set in the noir style, we thought that every level in the game
Oh
should
my God,
be
there's so much-
inspired
yo,
by
I'm gonna be-
locations from the cartoons from that era.
I'm gonna be
We want
be
to make
hooked
sure
on
that
this.
the levels will be not only full of variety of places, but also will be as wacky, as cartoony as possible.
Well done, genius. You broke the damn air duct.
Streets is one of the earlier
Oh my
levels
God,
within
he
the game.
cursed.
So when you first enter the level, you
Damn.
find complete chaos on the streets.
Don't hurt me, officer. 'Twas just a little cheese stick on the sidewalk.
You will see shrews getting beat up. You will see them getting kidnapped. You will see them disappearing. And
They're just not hitting
you will see
anything.
how police officers aren't really there to protect anyone anymore.
Well, that was a speeding ticket for sure.
Your goal on the streets level is to enter the police station and find out what's going on to the larger population of Mouseburg itself. There are enemies running around left and right. You will fight enemies that you haven't seen before, especially in the previous parts of the game.
Here's Jacko.
You will have cops that use batons and try to pacify you with them. So enemies, enemies, enemies. Before that, the previous levels were more toned down when it comes to the types of encounters and the amount of enemies you encounter, and this time when they will come at you with everything they have.
Look, if there's gonna be like a bunch of enemies, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in like 5 seconds, bruh. I'm not used to being around with the gunplay and everything. Like I gotta be settled.
It's pretty
before
difficult
I get
to
into
be
that.
a
I mean,
one-man army and the single hero
Yeah,
who
you
saves
know what I
the
mean?
day,
You
even
know
in a
what I mean?
cartoon world. So
Talk
we
about
want the
it.
game to be challenging but fair at the same time.
Oh, that's
And those
crazy! You
lunatics
could kick
crawl
the
out from.
fucking.
I'm taking a small amount of specific enemies, like melee enemies, ranged enemies, tank enemies, and those are initially presented to you as the player to deal with, learn how they behave, learn what to expect, and then we add twists, what we call modifiers to them. So a tank that you've encountered previously that charged
that's
on you, and you learn
unexpected.
to dodge it when it's charging, might now also enable a force field around itself that you need to figure out how to deal with. And these modifiers keep it fresh while maintaining the feeling of familiarity when it comes to specific enemies.
Some of the characters are slim and they're moving faster to us. Some of the characters are bigger and they need to stomp around. We need to have the different approach to the characters because it changes the gameplay
So it's not just the basic type of enemy. You will also encounter
That is
bigger
so like so. There's gonna be
enemies,
like a big
larger
variety of enemies. That's
more
crazy.
complex enemies, like one that we've already shown, the Vicatore, or the alligator as it was nicknamed. And you might also encounter my favorite boss enemy, which is the third wife. Once you encounter a specific enemy, you would want to choose a specific weapon.
We have a standard roster of weapons, so you get a pistol.
Yeah, let's get to the weapons. How many weapons
Obviously,
you
you have a shotgun.
What do you got?
A Tommy gun. But since it's a cartoon world, there is a freeze gun.
With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time.
There is what we call a conscious gun, which is basically a brain in a jar attached to a weapon.
With our device in hand, naked friends becomes mind-blowingly easy.
The cartoon cannon,
Oh,
it's
that
a
looks
cannon.
unique.
So what do you expect?
Hey, you look like a Poindexter
Sometimes
with that
you
brain,
knock.
bro.
Sometimes you knock it down.
The alt fire mode,
I see
on
him.
the other hand, it will allow you to use that loaded cannonball in the weapon, smash it into pieces, and fire a burst of smaller projectiles if you want to deal with more enemies at the same time.
Weapons in the game will also be upgradable.
There's a progression path you can follow as a player, so it's not just I gain the weapon and that's it. I can also improve it. I'll gain additional firing modes to that weapon. So every single weapon that you encounter as a player or unlock as a player should feel fresh, not a copy-paste of something already found. So our approach was to give every single weapon a feeling
it fresh.
of that's a perfect weapon for that specific enemy. However, how we designed it and how players use it might be a completely different scenarios.
You need to feel like you actually deal a lot of damage. So we managed to achieve that both animation-wise
Shooting
and
people
sound-wise.
all over the place,
We
bro.
understand that what players feel, it's always a blend of what you see and what you hear on screen, right? So obviously the first and the most important part was to make sure that the sound design properly
what the hell are
accompanies
those?
the gunplay. So we have to balance our sound effects to sound pretty
look
oomphy
like
in a kind of way.
freaking
You need to feel like
mosquitoes.
you're shooting someone in the face sometime, right? We also need to make sure that the music in game sounds like the old cartoons that we refer to. So what we did, and it's actually a feature that we are really proud of, is we added a couple of different distortion filters to the sound in the game that you can choose from. Starting with a filter that sounds like very early wax cylinder recordings with a heavy distortion. You can choose to use a filter that resembles, say, 1930s/1940s vinyl records. Obviously, if you want your sound in mouse to
Wow,
be
that's
crispy
so-
clean, that's fine. You can opt to do that.
That's so clever. That is so
we want the
clever.
players to be able to customize their sound experience to an extent, which is pretty cool because it does change how it feels.
This
From
looks
the beginning,
pretty.
I knew that this game is
Looks
like
pretty
no other.
good.
It's handcrafted entertainment full of love, made for real people, by real people, which is amazing.
We just want to give the players this
I want a
fascinating
t-shirt.
world that
Dame una
is
camisa, please.
outlandish
Please, dame
and
una camisa. Get me a
relatable at the same
t-shirt,
time.
please.
The whole game as a
I would
package
love
is
to have
exciting because every little detail that we work on across every team just makes something unique.
I'm most proud of the team that's building the game and the boundaries that they cross every single week, every single month. I know it sounds cheesy, but we create something that is truly a human experience.
This is
in a
going to be
world
an
inhabited
experience
by
like no
mice.
other, ladies and gentlemen.
When you're a creator, you always want people
Gente,
to enjoy the
get
work that
ready.
you do. So it was really outstanding for me that this idea resonates with all variety of people.
I can't wait to see how players are enjoying it, what they're doing with the game, and seeing the creative fluids that we've put into the project go beyond that.
We showed you a lot today, but there's definitely more where that came from. So now it's time to step out of your office, gather some clues, connect the dots, and save Mouseburg, because right now you're the city's only hope.
That's so stylish, man. Oh my god. I cannot wait for this game. You guys better be here, guys. You guys better be here. I will be on this game all over the place. I will see you there. Right there. I will see you right here for that game. Mouse PI, watch out for that.